Okay, so I know I'm a little bit late on making a video on this weapon, but this thing is just so good. I just have to make one on it. The weapon that I'm going to be talking about in this video is going to be the Aikilos SMG, the Warmind weapon that we got a long time ago. I am in love with this thing, especially the new roll that you can get on it that Bungie has given us. This thing is just an absolute monster. Now, back in the day, we had the Aikilos SMG with threat detector and surrounded, and that was a monster roll in itself. I had my roll. I went through the hours and hours of escalation protocol to get the roll that I wanted for this weapon, along with other weapons from that season, and I had a lot of fun. I've taken that thing into many high-end content modes in this game, especially my day ones for raids, GMs, high level nightfalls, high level raids, what you name it. I've taken that thing into a lot of different content. But with the new role that we have, the new god role, this thing is just even better than it was before. I didn't think it could get any better than it was. After Bungie had nerfed the Warmind Cell mods, I really didn't use them near as much, and when I did use them, this weapon was my go-to weapon for the Warmind Cell mods. So with that being said, the gun sort of just kind of sat in the vault for a while after that, but now it's back and it's better than ever. When I heard that this season we were getting the Aikilos weapons back with a new set of perks in the pool, I had to get my hands on as many of them as I can, especially the SMG, the shotgun, and the sniper. Those three have been my favorite weapons to use for a long time. The SMG being number one, the shotgun was a monster with trench barrel back in the day, and the sniper, it does a lot of work by itself with some of the perks that it used to have. Now, the perks on it now aren't that good in my opinion, but if you have some of the god rolls from way back when, it's still a solid sniper to use. Now, of course, I went ahead and got my red borders for this weapon so I can get the pattern unlock and craft the god roll, that roll being Feeding Frenzy and Volt Shot, the enhanced versions of them. Doesn't really do too much for you, but you do get extended timers and things like that. But Feeding Frenzy, when I tell you that reload perks are a godsend, they are a godsend. Just simple as that. And of course, Volt Shot being new to the previous season, this SMG with Volt Shot is just gnarly. As you could see, I have been using this thing for a while. It's over level 140. It is just so fun to use in any content. I do my weekly strikes and just destroy everything in those strikes with this thing. It is so fun to use. Now let's go ahead and talk about the perks. In the third column, we're looking at things like Killing Wind, Threat Detector, Dynamic Sway Reduction, Perpetual Motion, Shoot to Loot, Feeding Frenzy, and Hot Swap. As you can see in the third column, we're already starting off with some banger rolls. You can still get the original Threat Detector and Surrounded roll from back in the day. It's still a solid roll, especially if you don't have the pattern and can't craft the weapon yet. If you get that drop, feel free to use that. It's a very good roll. I still have my original roll from Escalation Protocol way back when. And if you want to take it into PvP, things like Dynamic Sway Reduction and Killing Wind are solid PvP rolls. I don't use this SMG in PvP personally, but I have seen people use it, and they've done some pretty good work with it. Now in the fourth column, we have a lot of banger rolls again, starting with Rangefinder, Volt Shot, Surrounded, Pugilist, Gut Shot Straight, Tap the Trigger, and Frenzy. Like I said, the Volt Shot's the god roll that we're going for here. That's what I've got crafted on mine. That's what a lot of people are using. You also have Frenzy and Surrounded. Those two are really good damage perks. Frenzy giving you damage the longer you're in combat, and then Surrounded doing more damage the more enemies that are around you. Both solid rolls to pick if you don't have a Volt Shot Aikilos or you can't craft it. And of course, if you want to go with the PvP side, I would recommend things like Rangefinder or even Tap the Trigger. Both of them are very solid. Rangefinder for the extended range on the weapon, and then Tap the Trigger for initial stability when you first get into combat. Whether you like this gun or not, this gun you will see all over the place. Many different Guardians will be using this gun. It is fun to use. It is strong. Volt Shot is very good to deal with a lot of trash ads and jolting enemies. Does good damage as well. As you can see, I take care of champions and majors pretty easily in this battlegrounds. Now, Volt Shot does scale with the weapon damage itself, so if you were to have Volt Shot on something like an LMG, the arc that it does would do more damage than the SMG does by itself. But either way, it is a solid roll. I highly recommend you try to get this thing crafted with these rolls. In the long run, it is just a banger of a weapon. You cannot go wrong with this thing at all. I personally don't see any downsides to having the roll that I've crafted with the reload speed and the volt shot. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Go get this gun while you can. Have a nice day.